what I got to say you really don't want to hear, because honesty ain't too high up on your people's priority list, right?
All right, honestly, you don't listen to nobody, man.
Why should I give a hoot about you or anybody else out there? You want to talk about a waste, you the captain, right?
Right.
Captain's supposed to be the leader, right?
Right.
Attitude reflect leadership, Captain. I'm supposed to wear myself out for the team? What team? No, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna look out for myself, and I'm gonna get mine.
That's the worst attitude I ever heard.
A point of view is a powerful thing.
What do you stand for? How about a little piece of integrity in this world that is so full of greed and a lack of honorability that I don't know what to tell my son?
Sonny, the purpose of this hearing is to find out who is responsible. If you give us the name...
No, sir, I'm sorry, I can't do that.
You can. Why not?
Because I'm responsible.
We see ourselves in a certain way.
In place of a Dark Lord, you would have a queen!
Yo, Adrian! I did it!
Voters see us as we are.
I'm Lauren Bulbert, and she's Marjorie Taylor Greene. And remember, guns don't kill people. People, people, people.
They're frustrated.
If I were the man I was 5 years ago, I'd take a flamethrower to this place!
I'm Roy Hobbs, your new right fielder.
They're looking for heroes.
I love you.
I know.
With all due respect, sir, I believe this is going to be our finest hour.
The movies, damn you, look at me! Flesh and blood, life size, no larger. I'm not that silly goddamn hero I never was.
To me, you were. Whoever you were in those movies, those silly goddamn heroes meant a lot to me.
In a hunt for Jesus.
I'm afraid.
And they're settling for us.
I'm gonna tell you a story. But instead of starting with once upon a time, let's start with the happy ending.
We need to look to the future.
Life is a storm, my young friend. You will bask in the sunlight one moment, be shattered on the rocks the next. What makes you a man is what you do when that storm comes.
And imagine who we could be.
What else can you tell me about the future?
Don't tell them.
You would just leave them.
People want leadership, Mr. President. In the absence of genuine leadership, they'll listen to anyone who steps up to the microphone.
See what kind of hand I've been dealt here.
This series is about fostering unity.
5 players on the floor function as one single unit. Team, 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 right? No one more important than the other.
All-star teams fail because they rely solely on the individual's talent. Because they take that talent and they use it inside a system that's designed for the betterment of the team.
Instead of acting like individuals with agendas.
You wish to end this?
What do you
Yeah. You wish to go home? Then we must stop fighting amongst ourselves.
How you doing?
I've been trying to liaise with you all day.
I'm trying to liaise with me all day, huh? Have you checked the phone book? We got 14 lines, not including the unlisted ones.
Stop unfriending people. Be nice. Hi, welcome to this edition of Open Letters. This one is for Debi Flora. Hey there, Debi. Cory here, that guy you give the awkward look to each time you see him. I'm about 150 pounds lighter than the first time we met, but an interesting thing happened on the way to assembly. Debi Flora comes across as the Jacob of the GOP party, meaning she's willing to do anything for God's blessing. If you know the Jacob story, you know what I'm talking about. I think we should use this. This desire seems to be enough. I think she dropped a hint at the February 18th gathering in Windsor that suggested that we do away with the Department of Education. I kind of agree with her in a way, so I'm going to say it like this. I think the GOP in the state should push for her appointment before the next president, meaning the president should appoint her to the cabinet and make her the Secretary of Education. I'm going to highly recommend she do that, or at least pursue it, after Assembly is finished. Now understand something, most people that are educators in the state of Colorado that I talk to, because I have a platform that's very, very similar in that manner, have said they want to see somebody in the Secretary of Education position who has at least 10 years of educational experience, meaning 10 years in the classroom, which I happen to have. I don't know if Debi does or not, but in the meantime, I think you give her a script, she'll follow it. I also think that every time she loses an election, this is God's protection over her life. You know what they say, our rejection is God's protection. And I think this is God's way of protecting her marriage. Meaning, I think one win, and I only have 2 words for you after that one fatal political win. Lauren Boebert. I don't think Lauren tried to get divorced after she won a seat in the United States Congress, but I think that if Debi wins, it's going to be one of the worst things that ever happens to her. Her husband, Jonathan, seems like a really nice guy who doesn't yet know how to make a movie correctly, but he's surrounded by wisdom, so don't write the end of that chapter quite yet. So to wrap this up, Debi Flora, after Assembly, seek an appointment from President Trump to be the next Secretary of Education. I'm Cory Parella of Congressional CD5, and that is my open letter to you, Debi Flora. I think you're going to finish second, and I think you need to take a long, hard look at what you're doing in the race to begin with. You could do better than this.